they're really just screwing the console player. Let's just be honest. Like, why is PC Game Pass $16.49 or whatever the hell it is? That's like half the price. Half the price. Welcome to this edition of the Nerdthusiast Gaming Podcast, where today we'll be discussing Xbox. The good, the bad, the ugly, a little bit of everything. How stress affects our choices in the games that we play. Retro games reimagined. The Virtual Boy. Look out. And finally, Goldeneye versus Perfect Dark. That's right, our Versus segment is back. And then we will wrap things up at the very end of the show with the pulse check. And if you don't know what that is, basically, Wes and I both pick two games. We talk about the prices and kind of take a look at the current market trends in the retro video game world. If you guys like what you hear today, please subscribe, like, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. You can support us over on Patreon if you really like what you hear for as little as $1 a month. Patreon.com/Nerdthusiast. You get early access to stuff, ad-free stuff, extra content every single month. We're going to do a Patreon exclusive at the end of the show. So consider supporting us over there. We really appreciate that. If you guys don't feel like supporting us financially, you can support us for free over on podcast services. If you check out Spotify or Apple, just give us a 5-star review if you like what you heard today. That would really help us out, and we'd greatly appreciate it. Just want to give a quick shout out to Bernardo. Thank you so much for your support over on Patreon, sir. We appreciate you.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Bernardo.
That's how I want to start out this segment, Wes, with a big old sigh. I love Xbox. I know you love Xbox. We are in some dire straits over here, sir.
Bro, it's what is Microsoft doing?
Let me start. I want to say something positive because a lot of this is going to be negative. Let's just be realistic. Xbox is my favorite console this generation, currently, that we're in. The Xbox Series X, I prefer over my PlayStation 5. I don't even count Switch. Like, Switch is its own thing. I do Switch on, it's almost totally separate in my world.
I agree.
Last console generation, PS4 was definitely my preferred system. So Xbox kind of got me back. And they keep fumbling the football on the 1-yard line over and over again, like on constant replay. Yeah, it's painful out here, guys. Let's start at the top.
Okay.
Let's talk about their hardware. Hardware prices increased 2 times this year. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown.
Twice.
Talk about it.
Twice.
In 1 year. Increased. It should be decreasing. This is the end of the console generation. Like, there's not many years left. Maybe we'll get another year or 2, maybe 3 at the absolute most. The prices traditionally go down. But here we are in 2025. Xbox Series S, 512 gigs, brand new. The launch price was $299. Then it jumped to $379. Now it's $399. So about $20 more. There's a 1 terabyte option. I'm not going to read all of these. I'm going to skip that. There's a 1 terabyte option. The price is going to go up to $449.99 for the 1 terabyte. The Xbox Series X Digital Edition was originally $449. Then it jumped up $100. It went to $549. That's what it's at, now. And in like a week or something, it's going to be $599.99. Okay, that's another $50 jump. So it's raised $150 this year for the digital version. Then we have the Series X. $649.99 is what it's jumping up to. It's $599 now, and it was originally $499. So $150 increase overall. $50 more this bump. Now, let's talk about the last one. The 2 terabyte console launched at $599, went to $729.99, and now it'll run you a cool $800 for a console that launched in 2020.
All I could say is, what happened to the time when, like you said, as the system is out and nears its lifespan, the end of its lifespan, the prices start to decrease? Like, what happened to those times?
GameCubes were like $100, dude. They were
Mhm.
99.99, and then when they really got clearance, they were like $50. Can you imagine going back and buying a pallet of GameCubes for $50 a piece? That'd be
Bro,
amazing.
the PS2 Slims, they were like $100,
Mm-hmm.
150
Yep.
bucks. They were cheap. Everything went down. Not this generation.
No. The PS1s, I remember when we clearanced those out, I was at EB at the time, with the screens. The PS1 minis with the screens,
Mm-hmm.
they clearanced out. They were like under $100, Wes,
Yep. Yep. I actually
with the
bought one of
screen.
those. I actually
I,
bought one of those.
I regret not buying. Dude, it's so bad. I regret not buying one. I was like, I have a PS1. What do I need this for? Idiot.
Yeah, man. This generation, it's they're going up. They're going in the opposite direction, and it's killing me.
It's really wild.
To play devil's advocate a little bit, Sony did increase their price as well, a little bit,
Sure.
but they also came out with a brand new console, so to speak, with the Pro. Whereas the Xbox didn't come out with anything new. They just raised the price.
Yeah,
Why do you think this is? Why do you think Microsoft is increasing these prices twice in a year?
that's a good question. There's multiple layers to the onion, right? I think part of it is, yeah, parts and stuff went up. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
they went up this much. I really don't. I find that hard to believe. As we get into other topics of what other prices are changing with Xbox, I think they're to the point where I would imagine that Phil Spencer is no longer running the ship. That the
Mm-hmm.
CEO Satya is probably calling the shots and making things happen. I would imagine that they're like their new strategic plan is get as much money as possible, which is understandable to some extent, right? They're a for-profit business. It's not crazy to think that way. They're on a path to become the largest third-party publisher. Period. Like full stop. Right. So they're
Bro,
supporting other consoles and things.
that's breaking my heart. Just every time I hear that, it I die inside a little bit.
Right. And hardware is an expense that they're paying out on. There's approximately 30 million Xbox users, right? So they
Mm-hmm.
still want to feed that audience, but I think at the same time, again, when we get into some more prices, we're going to talk about like Game Pass prices and stuff. They're transitioning and teaching those of us who are left, right? If you're going to stick around, you're going to pay. Period.
Yeah.
You like Xbox? We love you. We love that you love Game Pass. Pay for it. You like your Call of Duty day one? Pay for it. All right, Wes. So on top of the price increases,
Mm-hmm.
we also have Sam's Club and Costco, like the wholesalers. They're no longer going to be carrying Xbox. I think anything. I don't think they're carrying games and consoles, at least from this generation. Certainly, hardware is gone. It's been clearanced out. You
Mm-hmm.
know, that's the first part. Then some time went by. A few days ago, Target and Walmart. All these rumors are spreading like that they're going to be removing these Xbox sections from their store, right? And Microsoft came out and said, "No, no, we're still partners with Target. Like everything's fine." And Target came out, I think, yesterday and was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yes, Microsoft is still our partner." And their statement was very vague, and they
Uh-huh.
mentioned at least 2 to 3 times about Target.com. So if you read between the lines and you have eyeballs,
Mm-hmm.
they're probably just being strategic about what stores Xbox is going to be in. At the very best, the Xbox sections will not exist in most of their stores. And spoiler alert, if you haven't watched my video from I don't know 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, I went through the Xbox, Best Buy,
Yeah.
the Target, Best Buy, and GameStop out where I
Mm-hmm.
live, and it was barren there. What did you think? Who is surprised by this? I guess the people who don't ever walk into a retail store, maybe they're surprised by it. I'm not surprised by this. The Xbox section in my Target a year ago or 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
they had like two games, Wes. Like legit. I'm not even exaggerating. There was like two games in the entire section. Why are they going to keep it there?
They're all non-existent. I walk into GameStop now, and the Xbox section is maybe 4 feet.
Yeah.
Whereas the PlayStation, even the PS4 has a bigger section than the Xbox section.
It's true. It's sad, but true. And a good point to bring up, like with companies like GameStop too. And I'm guessing this is going to happen at Target and Walmart. I don't know if anybody else pays attention because I mean our community is shrinking. Xbox's community, that is.
Mm-hmm.
They're not releasing physical games in a traditional sense most of the time. It's like, oh, cool. Here's an empty box. Put your key card in, download the game. You and I don't want that.
No.
Any, and that's half the time it's not even happening. Half the time it's like you can just download it and that's it. And their big releases get a key card in a box. Now, there's been a few instances, like I know Tony Hawk had all the content on the disc for Tony Hawk 3 and 4, but that is so rare. Like that's like an anomaly at this point. They probably made a mistake. They probably ordered it and said, "I just put a code in the box," and somebody's like, "Now we're just gonna press a disc."
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that about Indiana Jones, where the disc was blank.
More or less, there's less than a gigabyte of content on the disc.
Right.
So yeah, Indiana Jones didn't have the full disc on there, full game on the disc.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Hawk did, which was like the first game in a while. And let me ask you this question, because we're going to get into some more questions and things like and some other topics around Xbox still. But my question is, do you still buy physical Xbox games?
I do.
How often do they have everything in the disc?
A good question. I never paid any attention, but I do. I buy Xbox games often. Like I pre-ordered Ninja Gaiden 4. Um,
Was that an import? I'm just curious. Was it an import or was it like?
No, it's a U.S. release.
Okay.
It's due out. Well, by the time you guys watch this video, it'll be out already. Terminator 2D, I think I pre-ordered. No, but I actually buy a good number of physical product.
Nice.
Still, if I can get it. Because half the time, GameStop, I'll pre-order it and they're like, yeah, it wasn't big enough. We didn't get enough. Or we didn't get any.
I wonder if that's just like a supply issue. Like they have to order so many. Like if you order so many in like the hundreds of thousands or whatever, then it's like worth them buying. And if it's like the low thousands, it might just be like, well, the rip is not as good.
I guess because like for example, Metal Gear Solid Delta, or the remake of Snake Eater.
Yeah,
I didn't pre-order it because I was like, as everybody knows, that was not my favorite Metal Gear game. So I was like, whatever. But after it came out, I had a coupon. I said, well, let me see. And GameStop had physical copies, like a bunch of them.
Really?
A bunch of them. Xbox and PS5.
Interesting.
They had more PS5 than Xbox, but they actually had physical copies available. This is like days after it launched.
That's surprising because a lot of times now GameStop is just, did you pre-order it? No, we don't have any. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of times what I'm hearing. Not that I haven't bought a ton of games from them, but I have seen that happen for sure.
Mm-hmm. So yes, I do still buy a lot of physical games. Now what's on the disc? I haven't really paid attention. I pop it in, let it install, do its thing, and then I just play it.
Well, that's a big reason why I really don't buy Xbox games physically anymore, because I know that 95% or more of the time that stuff's not on the disc anyway. So what the hell's the point? Like I might as well just download it digitally, save the space on my shelf.
But it's interesting though, because I say that because like the Xbox, for example, we talked about Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And even though Indiana Jones technically has an empty disc, brand new, that game is still going. It's fetching $100
on Xbox.
Yes,
that's strange.
Yes,
so that's really weird, man. Interesting.
Yeah. So as a collector, yeah, I still do buy physical. I will always buy physical until they tell me, okay, no more. But yeah, it just I find it odd for something that where, like you said, the game isn't all there on the disc, it still has some value to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't buy too many Xbox games physically anymore. I just buy, you know, I still have Game Pass, but
Mm-hmm.
as we're going to talk about in a few minutes, I'm not going to have Game Pass in a few months. So once that subscription runs out, I'm done. In the meantime, I'm still using that to play a lot of the newer
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And I think that when it expires, I'll probably just start buying games. Like Indiana Jones, I don't own. I played it on Game Pass, so I'll probably buy that when it's on a discount digitally for a few bucks.
Okay.
I already played the game. I just didn't play the DLC. So if they have like some sort of deal, it's like, oh, the game and the DLC and it's on sale, I'll pick it up then.
Okay.
But I don't really care about their physical games anymore because I know most of the time it's not on the disc. So
Right.
it's just a huge turn off to me. And if I have the option, I'll buy it on PlayStation. It's on the disc most of the time over there.
There you go.
So that's where I'm at with it. Anything else you want to add before we talk about Game Pass?
Nope. Nope. You talked about Game Pass. It's so not only do we get 2 price increases on hardware, Game Pass is going up
Yes,
a lot.
two out of the four. So there. I'm sorry, three. No, one, yeah, no, two out of the four. I was right the first time. So Game Pass for consoles. There's Essentials. It's $9.99, and then that's giving you like online access.
Mm-hmm.
Very very minimal stuff outside of that. Like, it's mostly for the online access. You get like cloud gaming and stuff like that. Premium's a step up. You do get first party titles. I think it's about a year after they launch or something like that. I forget what the exact wording is. That's $14.99 a month. Essentials was $9.99 a month. So those prices stayed the same. Then we have Ultimate at $29.99, and that was previously $19.99. So a
Mm-hmm.
50% increase for your Ultimate subscription, which is the best one because you get Xbox games, first party games day one.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know how many. It's probably over 200 different titles you can download and play at any given time, which is cool. And I think they committed to adding 75 titles like over the next year uh,
Yep. Yep.
to Game Pass, which is giving you extra value there. But there's multiple problems with this, which we'll get into. And before I forget, I want to mention that PC Game Pass it rose just a little bit. PC Game Pass is $16.49. So earlier you asked me a question that I kind of want to go back and address now that we're on to this subject. I believe that Xbox is pushing those who want to stay in their ecosystem towards PC. Why the hell is PC Game Pass almost half the price? Why? It doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
Unless they want to push you in that direction. That makes sense. We're not going to make a console in the future eventually. So let's start pushing everyone to PC. That's where our platform is going to exist.
If that's the case, I would be done with Microsoft because I'm not a PC gamer. I'm
Oh,
just
I'm not
not.
either. I'm not either. They're going to push PC. They're going to push cloud, which they're already pushing. And they'll have Game Pass will be Xbox. That will become, if you want a console version. And there won't even be
Mm-hmm.
into Xbox eventually. I think
Mm-hmm.
there will be one more console. But after that, it's going to be like you can play these through a Fire Stick, right? Or whatever, a smart TV.
Mm-hmm.
There won't be a console. And at that point, you've lost me. I don't care. I might as well play on PC, and I hate PC games. I have no interest in playing PC games, so goodbye.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
Are you going to continue paying for Game Pass? Because I know you subscribe, and I haven't asked you that question yet. Game Pass Ultimate, by the way, just to be clear, that's what you
which
have.
is what I have. I have Ultimate. It's I'm battling within myself. Part of me just wants to like be done. It's like it's too much. Um, but then the other part of me, the gamer side of me, it's like, I, hold on just a little longer. It'll be worth it. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough one. I'm going to try to hold on as long as I can. But just and it isn't just Game Pass per se. It's subscriptions. Period. Streaming anything is gone up.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's gone up. Disney's gone up. Hulu's gone up. everything's gone up. So it's like I'm paying like, you know, hundreds of dollars for all these subscriptions. I don't know. Something's got to give. So, but no, right now, Game Pass, I think is going to. I'm gonna hang on just a little longer.
Okay. I mean, my subscription ends at, like, right before Christmas, so that's going to be it for me. And there's two primary reasons. So the most important reason is time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm spending $30 a month, right? That's value, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how much I'm paying for it. I don't have time to play all those games. There's no way. You know, I'm playing Gears, but I own Gears because I own the ultimate, the ultimate edition, and so they gave me Reloaded for free. So that's not even on Game Pass. That's the game. That's the Xbox game that I'm playing right now.
Okay.
So I already own that. It's not on Game Pass. I'm not using my Game Pass subscription. The other game I'm playing is Black Widow, which is an old school game, which we'll talk
Mm-hmm.
about some of those later on. I own that game. That game was not in Game Pass. There are other things to play. I could absolutely find some stuff in Game Pass. Ninja Gaiden 4 is coming out soon. I'm sure I'll be checking that out with Game Pass. But I don't have the time to play all these games. And the price of Game Pass, right, is $30. So 30 times 2 is 60. In two
Mm-hmm.
months, I could have purchased a game and owned it.
True.
I will just do that. I'd rather own the game. I'd rather own Indiana Jones than have played it. So instead of me, I'm not going to force myself. I'm not going to say to myself every 2 months I'm going to buy a new game either. I'm really still
Mm-hmm.
going to be selective about what I buy because patience will pay off and these games will become cheaper over time. And I usually buy games when they're on sale. I almost never pay full price unless it's something I really, really want. So yeah, I'm going to cancel my ultimate subscription and I'm going to go down to Essentials, which is $9.99 a month,
Okay.
just to have like the access to cloud. The biggest thing is honestly my games with gold. I think I end up losing my access to games with gold if I do not have Essential. So I don't know how many games with golds I have. It's probably a ton,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't want to lose access to those. So for me, I'm thinking that's what I'm going to probably do come December.
So, I mean, the one good thing about, I guess, the Ultimate is that you do get a discount on games if you do want to actually buy them
Wes, you haven't
digitally.
heard, sir?
What? Am I missing something?
That's gone, man.
Is
Gone,
it?
sir. Like the wind.
Oh, did I miss? Oh, did I miss that?
Yeah. What they're doing now is they're trying to reinforce their rewards program. So
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get, instead of you getting a discount, you're going to get like more points for buying specific
For buying
games.
stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And now they're going to cap you. I think it was uncapped before, or like it had a much higher cap, but now you can only earn up to $100 worth of rewards points in a year, no matter what you do.
I'm done. I'm so done. I'm so done right now.
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, man. I didn't know you didn't know that. But.
I didn't know. I didn't know at all, and I thought I was up on everything. I didn't know.
Yeah, gone.
I'm done. I'm done. Microsoft is, as much as I love Microsoft, they're killing me right now.
Well, that goes back to kind of what I was saying earlier. I think they are really bleeding. Though they're like, okay, you want to keep playing on Xbox? We're gonna bleed you dry, right? And ultimately, Game Pass is probably not making them sufficient money. It's probably not working out the way they need to, which is why they had to raise prices. And what they're thinking is, we're going to lose a bunch of people, right? We increase the price 50%. But if more than 50% of the people stay, they're going to be covering those who left. That's basically,
Yeah.
that's all they
Yeah.
need. All they need is
Yeah.
51% of the people stay, and they have more money than what they did before.
Correct.
And those people are probably going to... Game Pass will probably be $40 next year. So, and I think they're just going to keep doing that. I mean, like, all right, if you want to... They're really just screwing the console player. Let's just be honest. Like, why is PC Game Pass $16.49 or whatever the hell it is? That's like half the price. Half the price. Come on. Ridiculous. I guess we should talk about the ROG Ally. So the ROG Ally came out this week. It's getting really good reviews. Just like the rest of Microsoft, it's expensive as hell. The Xbox ROG Ally X is
X.
$1,000.
Yep.
There's a version below that that's probably not going to sell nearly as well
At
because
600.
everybody wants the premium version for
Mm-hmm.
the most part. But it is getting rave reviews. So I guess they have that to say, like, look, if you give us $1,000, you're getting a device.
You getting one?
Hell no. Not a chance in hell. Are you?
I maybe.
Oh my God, Wes. Are you even going to use it?
That's the thing.
I don't
So
see you using it, to be honest.
so I wasn't. I heard the price tag. No, 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 no. I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it. And then the more I keep hearing about it, I'm like, huh. Nah, it seems like a good device. Yeah, well, we'll see. So
How's
then
that PlayStation Portal treating you, Wes?
I played it like 3 times.
There you go.
I played like 3 times.
Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, it's all good. And then I pre-order hit, and I'm like, I don't know. And I still hemmed and hawed, but then I said, let me see. So I went into Best Buy and I pre-ordered it, but I'm not going to get it until December 14th.
I didn't know you pre-ordered it. Look at that.
So it gives me 2 months to change my mind. Only because I didn't want to wait, and then they were like, okay, it's done. You can't get this anymore. That's it. And then I'll really want one.
Yeah, I
So,
get that.
so if it gives me 2 months to see what I really want to do. If I stand firm, it's like, you know what, I really don't need this, don't want it. I can always cancel it before I get it, and I don't know, we'll see.
I'm going
But
to show you guys how Wes and I are aligned with things right now. Because me and him are similar in certain ways, and I feel like this is one of them. Wes, when have you ever canceled a pre-order that you've had? Or something like that. How many times have you done that in your life?
never.
There you go. There you go. And that's the same answer I would give you as well. If I made it that far, no matter what, I'm picking it up.
Never.
Yeah, I see. That's why I can't do it. If I did it, I would be in the same boat as like you're gonna get that itch and it's gonna come in. And you're like, oh, I don't need it. I don't need it. And you're like, but it's already there waiting for me. I'm just gonna go get it.
Yeah. But anyway, that's our Xbox rant. There was a lot going on with Microsoft. We just had to get off our chest because I'm not feeling it. I'm not liking it. Um, and I don't know how much longer they're going to last. There's talks of one more console. We'll see. We'll
Well, let me
see.
ask that. That's the next question I had for you before we move on. Is the next Xbox let's just say it gets announced tomorrow, and they're like, it's coming out in 2026, 2027, whatever. It doesn't matter. Do you see yourself buying that console?
Yes. Only because, well, you know what? No, I'm not even gonna lie. Yes, I will.
Why?
I will, because it's an Xbox, and I really love Xbox. I love the brand, um, especially if they continue with the backwards compatibility. I'm 100% in. hundred
Okay.
percent in.
I'm pretty much there with you for the most part. I would
Mm-hmm.
say I'm like 85% would get one as long as certain things are met. And to the backwards
Mm-hmm.
compatibility, that's probably like item number one,
Mm-hmm.
right? The reason I love my Series X so much is because it's compatible with like almost my entire Xbox library. Not all of it, but almost all of it.
Yeah.
If they can repeat that, do it again, and it's also, Wes, I don't know if how much you've read about it, but it's already being projected to be more powerful than the PS6. PlayStation is apparently going for a strategy where their console is not going to be as expensive. In fact, they're saying it'll probably be less expensive than the PS4 Pro. I'm sorry, PS5 Pro
Mm-hmm.
is today. So they're really trying to like hedge their bets on like, not budget, but like more of a value to customers. And the details that I've heard about from Xbox are that this system, it will be more powerful than PlayStation. That also attracts me greatly. that also kind of wins me over. Because if it's less powerful, I'm less interested. Because
Correct.
I will probably buy a PlayStation because I have confidence
Mm-hmm.
in it existing and catering to me, for a bit longer. Where if Xbox is like, oh, cloud, we're gonna push PC games, we're gonna push this, they're pushing me away, is what they're doing. And that's fine, that's whatever, it's their prerogative what they want to do. But they could keep me for the retro games, like for the backwards compatibility and for the power.
Mm-hmm.
If they can do those two things, I think that's enough to win me over.
Okay.
I just won't have Game Pass. I'll just be buying their games, as I need to.
Oh, and it has to take a disc. It has to take discs.
Yes.
That's the important thing. It has to have a disc drive.
It at least needs to have an option to attach one like PS5 is doing, right? I at least need that because I bought the PS5 digital edition
Mm-hmm.
when that 30th anniversary came out, and I had to buy the disc drive separately and add it on, and it was fine. It was very easy to connect.
Mm-hmm.
If they can give me that, I'll be happy.
So yes, those are my stipulations. It has to have a disc drive,
Mm-hmm.
and it has to have backwards compatibility,
I'm right with you there.
and it can't be $1,000.
I wouldn't. It's probably gonna be at least 800. That's what I'm thinking.
Jeez.
But I'm just guessing. I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll see. We will see.
We will. We'll see. How stress affects which games we play and how we play them.
And Microsoft has stressed us the heck out. So
yeah. Lots of stress happening for many reasons over here. But Wes, let me have you answer that first. So when you're stressed out, what are like some of your go-to games? Do you go for like easier games that are like more calming? Do you go for like crazy games to like let out some stress? Like what do you usually go to?
I usually go for something that I could just jump in and play.
Okay, so is that like maybe it's both of these, but is it like old school arcade games that are very easy to get into, like hop in, play for a few minutes and leave, or is it like a familiar game that like the back of your hand that you just go into, you know what you're doing, you're not like stressed out about it because you already know what to do?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. For example, like if I'm like stressed and I just want something to play, I usually go to BioShock is like my go-to. BioShock and Resident Evil 3.
Okay.
I've beat them inside and out, all different difficulties, but I will just pop it in and just sometimes just put it on easy just to run through it, and just to get my stress out. And I'm good. And I'm fine. So like I said, BioShock and Resident Evil 3, because Resident Evil 3, I know a lot of people didn't really care for the remake, but I enjoyed it. It was missing a chunk, but again, it's one I can just kind of just pop in and just run through. And I may not finish it all in one sitting, but I'll play it enough to where my stress levels go down.
Refresh me, is RE3 your favorite or no?
Now, Code Veronica is actually my favorite of the whole series, but 2, I had something about 3 I just liked. Is a little bit more on the action side compared to 2. 2 is, everybody raves about 4, but I think 2 is probably my favorite.
Okay, I can see that.
But I always default to 3. What about you?
So it's a variety of things, right? So the familiar games, yeah, for example, I'm playing Gears of War Reloaded is the new one, which not a new one. It's a remake of a remake, right? It's
right.
It's like 3 times gone, but it's Gears 1. Just like it's like comfort food. It's like I'm not stressed out. I know like whatever. Like in Gears 1 is considered mostly like the scariest of the Gears. I ain't scared, dude. I know everything that happens. I'm like, all right, yeah, this part, okay, yeah. But just playing that game is a shit ton of fun. So that there's that, right? And you're killing things, you're squashing heads, like that's great. Doom, like oh my god, dude, playing through Doom is like great way to let off steam. So there's that whole area and that whole sphere. Then there's the complete opposite, which is another direction I go in, which is like calm games, like Animal Crossing. Like yes, I'm a 41-year-old man, might be embarrassing. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. I love Animal Crossing. It's amazing. Like Go in there, no worries. I'm gonna go fish. I'm gonna go catch some bugs and shit.
Uh-huh.
It's great. No stress. Wonderful. Then there's also, my other no stress game right now is Donkey Kong Bonanza,
Okay.
and that game is just low difficulty. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
stuff to collect. There's some a few spots that are a little bit challenging, but overall it's a very easy game. But it's just the low difficulty is one part, but the collecting of things scratches that part of like the OCD inside of me. Makes me feel
Okay.
so good. And I don't play. I try to play games as completely as I can without going down like 3,000 rabbit holes. Right? I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
get every banana, but I'm going to get most of them. I'm not going to dig as deep as some people. I'm not going to like, oh, I'm going to get every single banana in the game. I'm going to get a lot of them. I'm going to dig into corners. I'm going to find some random shit that most people don't even ever see, and I'm going to enjoy myself that way. So that's the other spot.
Okay. Okay. And then then there's those games where your stress level is like high and you just want to just mow stuff down
Oh yeah.
just to get it all out. And you got horde mode and Gears.
Mm-hmm.
Space Marine has like a horde mode, um, like Warhammer, and then what I think Call of Duty has what the zombie mode.
Yep.
You're just mowing stuff down. That's a good
Ripping
stress
and
reliever
tearing and
too.
Doom.
There you go. There you go. Just to get it out.
Yep. Yep. So I'm with you on that too. And then there's the arcade section, right? Like arcade
Mm-hmm.
games are something I always go back to. I'm like, dude, I got 15 minutes. Let me pop on. I'm playing Black Widow right now, which is Black Widow Recharged, which is an Atari game. It's a remake of an old school game, or like a redone version essentially. And those games I find a lot of enjoyment in. I go back, I'll play them for a few minutes and move on with my day. We listed a few here: Root Beer Tapper, Frogger.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some of my favorites.
But do you
Uh,
play those when you're stressed out to calm down?
I I think if I just need to get my mind off of something briefly, I can do
Okay.
it as that. But
Okay.
I'm not. I would say more of like my stressed out stuff is probably either the one extreme of Animal Crossing style games or like calmer games, or
Mm-hmm.
the ripping and tearing.
Okay. Okay.
And it just depends on what kind of stress I'm getting that day.
I'm curious to whoever's watching the video. What's your stress reliever? Do how do you relieve your stress in gameplay? Like, what games do you go to just to kind of bring that stress level down?
Yeah, drop a comment. I'm sure these aren't the only things, but this is just what we came up with. I've been stressed out as hell lately, so this is the realm I'm dwelling in currently, which is something I want to talk about.
Microsoft doesn't help it by putting us there.
No, thanks Xbox. Thanks for making it better.
But no, as far as the arcade games, I'm like, if I just want to just jump in and play for a hot minute, I'll go to like an arcade style, like you said, Tapper, Mercs,
Mm-hmm.
Turtles, just to kind of take my mind off of whatever it is. I don't have to think. I just button mash and just keep it moving.
Exactly, exactly. Retro games reimagined. Wes, you came up with this topic, sir. So kick it off for me.
So I was just thinking because basically Matt and I talk a lot about retro games, and one of the things were like, hey, some of these games actually got remade. So we were like, well, which games we were thinking about? So we had the one that came to mind for me, I would say, would be Spy Hunter. I love Spy Hunter in the arcade. Love Spy Hunter. You had the old like James Bond type of theme. You had your car with the weapons on it, and it transformed into a boat. Fast forward, they redid it in 3D in the early 2000s. They kept the same feel, but it was completely 3D. Your car did transform into a boat because I remember you would hit a ramp and it would be in the air, and then you had the bullet time. It would stop and it would rotate around the car, and you would see it like literally transform into a boat. Um, Loved it. When
That's
I heard
cool.
they were doing Spy Hunter remake, I was super super stoked, super stoked.
And this
Spy
would have
Hunter,
been on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, PS2 and Xbox, but Spy Hunter is like one of my all-time favorite arcade games?
I think I played it back in the day. Like
Mm-hmm.
there was like a roller skating rink. I would never go over there to do that, but they have an arcade, so I would go with my sister. Like, yeah, you do that, I'll be in the arcade. And they had like Skate or Die and stuff, and I'm pretty sure Spy
Oh
Hunter was
yeah.
there, and I'm pretty sure that was like my first experiences with it.
Yep.
But
Spy Hunter.
it had a pedal, right? It was there was a stand up cabinet where
Yes.
there's a pedal and a wheel.
And the
Okay,
wheel, yep.
yeah,
And you had the shifter, and you had
yep,
like the triggers for the guns, and you had your oil slick and your smoke.
yeah, yeah. Classic, classic game.
Classic stuff. Classic stuff. And then they also remade Defender. Defender, classic Midway game
Mm-hmm.
back in the day. In 2002, they did a 3D remake and reimagined the entire thing. They kept the feel of the original Defender, but it was brought into modern day. It was great.
And this was the same generation, PS2. This one's on GameCube for sure, and Xbox.
Yes, yes, yeah, you remember it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember.
it
I'd
was
never
good
played it
stuff,
though.
man.
I wanted to check it out. I just never got around to it at the time.
It was good stuff, man. It was good stuff. So I like the fact that they're taking these old dormant IPs and bringing them back.
For sure. Another way they're bringing them back is through. I mentioned it earlier when I was talking about Black Widow, but the Recharge series through Atari. So they have Black Widow Recharge, which I mentioned. Yeah, they usually modernize it in some way so that it feels more fluid, I would guess, to, to play, and like they might,
Mhm.
they'll put more bells and whistles, or sometimes it'll be like more fast paced and things like that. But I really enjoy this entire series. I think I've played like 3 or 4 Recharge games, and I've loved pretty much all of them.
Yeah, the thing with the Recharge, they're not full remakes. They're the original games, I guess, with new features.
Yeah, they're like reimagined versions essentially.
Yeah, because I checked out the Asteroid reimagined, and it's the old school Asteroids, 2D Vectrex graphics, but with power ups and color and everything else.
Yeah, that's the main one. There's also in a lot of these you can turn on different settings, and you can make it be just like the original. So it just depends on what you're in the mood for at the time.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's a cool line. That's a really cool line. The recharged line.
Yeah, so Space Invaders we mentioned, Asteroids, Yars is awesome, man. I'm sorry, Yars Recharged is fantastic version of Yars Revenge. It's man, I could play the hell out of that game for a while. That game I beat like all the missions on. Same thing with the Asteroids versions. They have like
Hmm.
missions where they give you objectives essentially, and they'll put you in an environment, and it's like, oh, do this. Like in Black Widow, like one of them was like kill 45 Hornets. So
Hmm.
other enemies come up, and your goal is to kill 45 Hornets, and then another mission will unlock. And that is like some of my favorite stuff to do in this game. So Yars has an awesome version of that too. I beat Yars's missions 100%. I beat Asteroids 100%, and I'm working on Black Widow now.
That's cool. And then they with these old IPs, they kind of do something different with them because then they came out with Yars Rising,
Yeah, and that was totally different. That was not like a traditional Yars game at all.
but it took the Yars IP and kind of made it something new.
Yeah, it was basically like a companion piece, and it had a lot of like lore and stuff tied into it, but just a different game. The Yars Rising is almost like a Metroidvania like action adventure game.
Do you actually remember playing Yars Revenge on Atari?
I don't remember honestly. I don't know that I was pretty young when I had an Atari. Um, let me be clear. Let me actually fix everything. I did not own an Atari. I played it at like my uncle's house. So he did
Okay.
not have Yars Revenge. I got an Atari when I was in high school off of eBay for like, probably a few dollars, and it probably came with like 20 games.
Hmm.
So I didn't play Yars until much later.
Okay. It was real simple.
Oh
It
yeah.
was just, you were the little fly, and
Hmm.
you had to like chip away at the force field to get to Yars and throw your bomb in there, and that
Yep.
was it. And like nice and easy.
Dude, I can't recommend the new version enough, man. That Yars Recharged is incredible. And dude, it's probably like under $10. It's such a good game.
I gotta check it out. I gotta
Highly
check it out.
recommended. But yeah, Yars Rising was like a Metroidvania style game, so they kind of did like a reimagined version of that. And this year, you picked up another title that was almost like a reimagining, Pac-Man.
Oh man, Shadow Labyrinth. Oh,
Mhm.
man, I love that game so much. They took Pac-Man and they turn it into a Metroidvania with like a, I don't want to say a horror twist, but it's a little dark. But Pac-Man's in it, and it has the Pac-Man levels and in certain spots of the game where he does turn into Pac-Man and he goes and eats the pellets and stuff. And then there's some sections where you actually find like an old arcade cabinet, but it's like an artifact, and you can go in it and you play like a new enhanced version of Pac-Man.
That's
But
cool.
the game itself is Metroidvania hack and slash. I love this game.
Have you beaten it yet?
No, I'm stuck, and it's
Okay.
pissing me off. It's you know what? It's the enemies are fine. It's maneuvering through the traps. It's kind of like Prince of
Hmm.
Persia,
Okay.
where fighting the enemies you were okay. It's maneuvering through like certain areas to get to where you got to get to is the difficult part.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this in the future. I haven't picked it up yet. I'm gonna wait for a sale to hit, and then I'm gonna pick it up for sure. I love Metroidvanias. This looks right up my alley. I just again, time is my ultimate enemy right now. I have no time to play a lot of stuff, so playing smaller games. And you haven't played Donkey Kong since when the hell did that game come out? July.
Yeah.
July. Oh, it's October, Wes. I've been playing that game for 4 months. I'm not through it yet. I'm getting
Well, I
close
guess
though.
I guess it'll be December when people actually see this, so you'll still be playing it.
Well, hopefully, I'll be through Donkey Kong by then. Jesus God.
There you go, man. Just a couple retro games that kind of got redone, reimagined, remade. They need to keep going. They need to keep going. There's so many old IPs that they could do stuff with.
Absolutely. Tons of stuff out there. I'm sure we'll talk about more games like this in the future, too.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, so you guys should drop a comment and let us know of any retro reimagined games you've been playing lately. Some that, maybe weren't on our list, and we may address those in the future.
It came from the third dimension with its own brain, its own voice, its own legs. There's only one problem. It needs your eyes. Virtual Boy. See it now in 3D.
Virtual Boy. Everybody's favorite console ever. Nothing like that burning red in your eyes.
Oh
Looking like
man.
Cosmo Kramer when that chicken episode was on Seinfeld when he opened some red light blinding him.
What's going on in there?
What?
That light!
Oh, the red.
They're bringing it back, Wes.
Yes, they are. Nintendo is, in a sense, bringing the Virtual Boy back.
I've waited so long for this. Sarcasm, obviously.
Look, I like my Virtual Boy when I had it.
I never had an interest in this. This is another thing that we should have picked up when they were on clearance. I'm sure these things were on clearance for like $50 or less.
That's exactly when I bought mine. I was working at EB. We were clearing them out. They were like $50, $49.99, and I bought one.
You should have
And
bought a whole pallet of them, Wes.
I should have, like, an inbox Virtual Boy is going for like $500 now.
Yeah, I pulled up the number. So loose one is $430. Complete in box is $700.
Oh my god!
And if you kept the sealed one, $13.98, Wes. Imagine if you bought like 10 of those. You got like over 10 grand just sitting around.
Games were like under $10. I applaud Nintendo for the originality, let's say.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. So they did. I give them kudos. It was different. It was.
It's different.
It was different. It was. They tried. They tried. We always give credit to Sega for being innovative and different. So here you go, Nintendo. You tried, and I did. I bought it and I enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I broke my own rule. I never lend my stuff out, but my brother-in-law came to visit, and he loved my Virtual Boy. He's like, "Oh my goodness, can I please like play this, borrow this? I'll return it." He's like, this is great because I had the Mario Tennis. He loved the tennis. I never saw it again. I never saw it again.
It always happens, man. Like I was probably kind of similar to you. Like I usually didn't let people take my stuff. Like you come over, you can play my games. I don't care. You ain't taking it home. And then like the one time I did, I was like, all right, fine. Like somebody finally warned me. I was like, all right, you can borrow it. Never saw it again.
Never.
Like this is why. This is why.
Never.
Can't trust any of you.
Nope. But for what it was, I mean, it was different. The Virtual Boy, people complained because the one thing they complained about was the headaches.
For sure. The burning red into your eyes will cause a headache, usually within 5 minutes.
I'm on no sleep. No sleep. You don't know what it's like in there. All night long, things are creaking and cracking, and that red light is burning my brain.
Here's the part that I can't even wrap my skull around. So at this point, Game Boy's been out for a while. We're probably around. Do you think we're around Game Boy Color at this point? 1995, Game Boy Color, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, so we're getting close to Color, or maybe Color's out. This is obviously before GBA. GBA was like 99, I think, something like that. 2000. The red, Wes. We got just a red screen that you stick your head into. They start. I want to say they came out at 150. Maybe I wrote it down. Let me check real quick. It came out at $179.95, $180.
Yep.
Again, everyone, this is 1995. Do you know what came out 1 year later, Wes?
This Nintendo 64.
The Nintendo 60. Why would you buy this machine when you could have a Nintendo 64? I mean, I'm sure it came out before. It obviously came out before the N64. It probably really wasn't competing with anything but itself. But at that point, if you were into video games like I was aware the 64 was coming out. I looked at that Virtual Boy. I was like, who is this for? And I was like, at that time, I was a hardcore. I was like, I love video games.
Mm-hmm.
This should be for me. I have no interest in this garbage. N64, tons of interest.
Right.
PS1, lot of interest. Not a Virtual Boy.
Well, you figure they were still trying to capitalize on the popularity of the Game Boy. And I don't know.
I guess that was their thought. We got these ugly ass green screens for our original Game Boy. We might as well throw up a red screen. People eat that shit.
Through the red. So I'm just curious as to what made Nintendo want to revive the Virtual Boy for the Switch with the little cardboard Virtual Boy cutout that they're going to have, an attachment they're going to have.
Well, first of all, there's two options. There's three options. First of all, you can do non 3D, and I can just play that. I can go on there and I can play those games with no 3D whatsoever. Mm-hmm. If you have the Virtual Console expansion pack, not Virtual Console. Oh my god, I wish it was Virtual Console with the Nintendo Online Plus expansion pack. So the higher end one, it'll be in there. You can play them. You don't need anything else. But it will not be in 3D. If you want it in 3D, there's two options. Cardboard, that you can put your Switch in, your Switch 2.
Yep.
And you get the pleasure of not only doing this, like, being close to your eyes, you get to hold the cardboard version the entire time. There's no way for you to put it down. I'm sure someone will make something, but the cardboard one is designed to be in handheld mode. So you're like this the entire time.
Is it? There's no stand. I
No.
could have sworn there
Now
was a
for-
stand for it.
Not for the cardboard version. You're holding it to your head.
Oh,
Look at all the stuff they have for it. Even if there is a stand, it may not hold it or something. All the stuff has somebody holding it up the entire time. And I don't know about you. Wes, hold your hands up here and tell me about how many minutes you can do that for before you need to put your hands down.
yeah, not long.
Not long. Which maybe they were like, let's make this as annoying as possible, because anybody who bought it the first time was an idiot. So no offense, Wes.
None taken.
We're going to make them hold it up to their face this time, and it's going to be just as bad as the original experience. Then they make a plastic version, which is a shell. There's nothing in it but plastic, for $100. You have the privilege of paying Nintendo $100 for a hunk of plastic that you put your Switch into, and then can go like this.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
That one's $100.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
They're not getting $100 from you, Wes. Not for that crap.
I can't do it. I won't do it.
It's plastic. It's it's legitimately $100 piece of plastic. Literally nothing else. That's crazy.
You know, we were talking about like stuff I won't play. I won't play that.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't.
I'll check out the games probably, not in 3D, just like through the virtual console.
Right.
God, I keep calling it virtual console. You know where my heart is, Nintendo. The cardboard version should be $15 because of shipping.
And the plastic should be $50.
And the plastic should be $50 or less. The plastic might even be $30. Maybe $50 because of shipping, because shipping's expensive right now. They're crazy, bro. Crazy.
See, now if the plastic was $50, I would strongly consider it, just because.
I probably would too. I'd be like, this is much more reasonable. Just to have a novelty. Maybe I'll never even use it. I'll put it on the shelf back here for $50.
There you go.
Not for $100. Not for $100, Wes.
Nope. Not doing it.
Yeah.
This one I'm sticking to my guns. I'm not doing.
I'm not either. Forget them. Unless it gets discounted to $50, then I'll consider doing it.
But you know, when I go to conventions, game conventions, like Virtual Boys are there, and there's still an interest in them, and people are still gobbling them up. You know, Jersey Video Games, where I frequent often, he had an inboxed one with a bunch of games, and people come in and they talk about it and they ask about it, and he finally sold it. And so there's still that interest. Is it collectors? Who knows? Most likely, because it's a collector's piece at this point.
Yeah, I mean, who's really playing it? Who's like, I'm gonna set this up and burn my eyeballs out for the next hour or two? If you could make it that far. I don't know. I think here's the one positive thing I'll give Nintendo. Bringing those back in an accessible way where people can play those games, that's pretty cool. The fact that I could play them on Virtual Console, oh my god. Oh my god. Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion. That's cool. I'm glad they brought them back, but we didn't need these ridiculously priced accessories.
No. So, good for Nintendo introducing a new generation to the Virtual Boy.
Something they'll have no interest in. Look, dude, if you show that to a kid, they're gonna be like, what the hell were you guys doing back then? Were you all on drugs? Who was shoving their head in this red machine and getting headaches? What do you guys...
Yeah,
Wild.
We were.
Wild.
Goldeneye. Load a rumble pack.
You know how to use one of these?
And see how it feels when 007 meets N64. Nintendo 64, the fastest, most powerful games console on Earth.
All right, guys, here it is. I know you've been waiting for this one for a minute. Goldeneye versus Perfect Dark. Here come the knives, Wes. Are you prepared? You're going to come at us.
Here they come.
Doesn't matter what you say. So you can pick one or the other. They're going to come at us. That's all I know.
You know what? I want to say in the versus segments we've done in the past, Splinter Cell, Metal Gear, Shinobi, Ninja Gaiden. This one, I don't know, man. This one's gonna be tough.
It is.
It's gonna be tough because GoldenEye is a staple
Mm-hmm.
in multiplayer fun. It just anybody that bought a 64 bought GoldenEye. To this day, when my store Level Up was open, people would still come in looking for GoldenEye.
Yeah.
That game is so beloved.
And it's a pretty common game. It's something you could probably get traded in frequently and also turn around and sell just as frequently.
Yeah. And then I knew you you showed your enthusiasm when Microsoft released it on Xbox.
Oh yeah. That's another one I could have mentioned. We had that segment a few minutes ago when we were talking about games when we're stressed out. Oh, I can go back and play GoldenEye whenever, bro. Like whenever. Perfect game. I already know what to do. I know everything that's going to happen. I know that game like the back of my hand.
Oh yeah. Playing with your friends, couch co-op was fantastic. Running around, throwing proximity mines all over the place.
Hell yeah. Scouting out the body armor. Putting proximity mines underneath the body armor, so when they go to pick up the body armor, they blow up. That was like one of my favorite things to do.
Everybody try to get the golden gun.
Oh yeah, man.
It was good times, man. Good times. One
of my favorite things in that was knives only. You're just sitting there throwing knives at wild times.
But then Rare tried to replicate that magic and gave us Perfect Dark.
Welcome to 2023. Big businesses now merge with alien nations. An ancient war is being fought under the sea. The president is about to be cloned. And it's your job to try and save the world. So you've got an important decision to make. What are you going to wear to work? From the team who brought you Goldeneye for N64, meet Special Agent Joanna Dark in Perfect Dark, where you'll find out that the only person man enough to handle a job like this is a woman. Perfect Dark. Rated M for mature.
Yeah, like a real spiritual successor to it, right? He used the same engine, new protagonist, right? We had Joanna Dark.
Instead of James Bond. I want to say Perfect Dark had a little bit more futuristic aesthetic to it.
Definitely a sci-fi feel. There was like aliens and stuff in the game. A lot of like computer terminals, and I mean, who can forget the laptop gun?
There you go.
The other key piece with Perfect Dark, which I'll give it a lot of credit for, is having the bots in the game, because that you could change difficulty with that. Like you can make the game harder by adding bots. You and I could play. We could add bots. It could just be me and I can add bots. So
yep.
I thought that was a really great feature for the multiplayer.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Again, it was multiplayer couch co-op. It was so much fun. Was it as fun as GoldenEye? I don't know. Maybe not. But they tried, and Rare at GoldenEye. I mean, not GoldenEye. Perfect Dark has such a following.
It still does. I mean, a lot of people think it's better than GoldenEye. Like, I listen to different podcasts and hear people talk about it, and like, it seems like, at least in the revisionist history, if not like, maybe it's always been that way. Most people, or maybe not most people, a lot of people side with Perfect Dark. So are you one of them? It's time to choose.
Ooh. I really enjoyed Perfect Dark. I really did. It was different, but not too different from GoldenEye. So I welcome the change. Um, but I think I may have to stick with Goldeneye on this one.
I can understand that. I get it.
I know you're Goldeneye all the way. You don't even have to answer.
You're right. Look, Perfect Dark was a very good game. I got nothing against Perfect Dark. Bond, baby. There's nothing like Bond. Are you kidding me? When you say Bond in the video game world, how many 007 games were there? 10, 15, 20? There's only one. When you
there were a
say
lot.
Bond, your heart and your mind go to GoldenEye, as it should. The original GoldenEye on N64. The one that was remade for Xbox. And I'll say this. If I'm playing the campaign, yeah, I want to play it on my Xbox. The graphics are so much better. The gameplay is fine. You can use dual analog sticks, thank God. I can still play it on an N64 controller. I have no problem with that. But the amount of hours and just playing that over and over with my friends, I do think that Perfect Dark had more features. You know, there's more things you can probably do in it. Joanna Dark was fine. It just wasn't Bond, baby, man. Come on, bro. Golden Gun?
I know.
I mean, dude.
And then, so we both agree that in this versus, GoldenEye is the winner. If you disagree, please drop a comment. Tell us why. But
if you agree, drop a comment and let us know why.
True. But after GoldenEye, we got so many more James Bond games.
We did.
Just as a whole, we just got a whole bunch of James Bond games.
There was Nightfire. There was
Tomorrow Never. Like every James Bond movie had a game.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Mm-hmm. Even the later ones, there was Quantum of Solace they made.
The World Is Not Enough. Yeah.
Oh yeah, The World Is Not Enough. That was an N64 one too.
That was an N64 game.
Yeah.
But there was one original one that they did. I want to say it was on Xbox. Yes, original Xbox. Everything or Nothing.
Original Xbox, GameCube, and PS2.
That was not a movie. That was an original James Bond game.
That was a very good game.
Bro, it was good. It felt like a movie.
That and Nightfire were both excellent. Like if you're looking for an alternate, like good James Bond game, Nightfire and Everything or Nothing are excellent choices.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Nightfire was another one that was brand new. Yeah. Brand new, no movie, just brand new to the game. Yeah. But then on the other side, you had, they gave us another Perfect Dark with Perfect Dark Zero for 360.
Underrated. I'm going to say it now. I don't care. People shit on that game all the time. I had a good time with that game. I really did.
I did too.
I don't know why everybody crapped on that game so hard. Like, is it as iconic as the first Perfect Dark? No, it's not. But the multiplayer for its time was decent. And I had fun in the campaign. I thought it was a good game. Do I think it was it was not the best shooter I ever played, especially at the time. But I would say that at the time, it was probably like, I would have probably given it like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. Mm-hmm. It was a good game, not a shit game, which it seemed like most people thought it was.
But for a launch title for 360, it was good.
First game I picked up,
it was good.
Yeah. So I have a soft spot for Perfect Dark. I really do. I was really looking forward to this new one. I'm so disappointed they closed the studio and shut the game down.
That just broke my heart, man. I was like, "Oh, are you kidding me?" I was so looking forward to a new Perfect Dark.
Microsoft can't do anything right now.
See, it all goes back to Microsoft.
They did give me Doom this year. Doom is so good. It was so good.
Oh, the Dark Ages?
Dude, love it. Short list for my game of the year. Love it. All right, guys. So you have our picks in there. Drop a comment. Let us know. Perfect Dark, GoldenEye, which one you choose and why. Finally, guys, we're going to wrap things up here with a pulse check. And again, if you don't know what a pulse check is, basically Wes and I pick 2 older games or retro games, and we look at the prices, talk about the current market conditions, and just kind of give you a snapshot view of what's happening out there. Wes, would you like to go first or second?
I'll start it off. So I picked the same game title, but for two different consoles.
Never done before. First time we're doing this.
There you go. So I picked Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. So for the Master System, because it came out for the Master System and it came out for the Genesis. The Genesis one was classic.
Certainly the superior version, the one you want to look for.
It is. I mean, there was an arcade version of Moonwalker, but the Genesis version is completely different from the arcade.
I never played the arcade version. Was it? Which one do you like better?
I actually like the Genesis one better.
Okay.
I mean, the arcade one is cool. It's really good, but the Genesis one, that was my introduction to Moonwalker, and then I saw it in the arcade. So that one, I have a soft spot for that one. But the Master System, it also came out for the Master System, which is the inferior product, because you're going from an 8-bit system to a 16-bit system. But if you're looking for Michael Jackson's Moonwalker for the Master System, a loose cart, you're looking at about $34. A complete in box, you're looking at $91. And a sealed copy, $183.
Okay.
So, and then on the Genesis side, a loose cartridge is $49. A complete in box is $135. And this is where it's interesting, because a sealed Genesis copy of Moonwalker is $179. So it's cheaper than the Master System version.
It is cheaper. And for that amount, it's like, dude, maybe just spend the extra money and get the sealed one. It's not crazy. It's not that much more. What's it, $50 more? $40?
Yeah. If you could find one.
For sure. I'm sure these aren't going up on... I'm sure legit ones aren't going up on eBay every day. But
No.
I'm glad you picked this, because this is a title I'm looking for. I had an opportunity to buy it. I saw one that I remember. One that was complete in box with the instructions and everything at SoCal last year. And the guy wanted more than that. The guy, I think he was asking for $150. And it wasn't like minty or anything like that. So I was like, I'm going to wait. But that's definitely on my list of stuff I'm looking for. I got to get it, Wes. I got to get it.
Every Genesis collector should have Moonwalker in their collection. You just should. And I don't see it too often in the wild. I saw it once or twice at too many games this year.
Yeah, it's kind of uncommon. It's not like rare, but it's
correct.
It's kind of uncommon.
I did not see it at Long Island Gaming Expo, though.
Interesting.
At all. Even again, when I frequent Jersey Video Games in Hamilton, he doesn't have it.
That dude has like everything.
And he has everything. I don't see it too often. So yeah, if you find it, definitely grab it. Like I said, because I haven't seen it too often in the wild. It does pop up from time to time, but it's not one that I see on a regular. There's certain titles where you go to conventions or game shops, you see certain titles everywhere you go.
Yeah.
This one, not so much.
Hey, if he ends up getting a decent one, let me know.
Okay. Will do.
But it's got to, it can't be like, I don't want it to be like, what's it called? Sun faded. I don't want the instruction book to look like a dog chewed on it and spit it up and then threw it back in there, It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's got to be like decent.
It'll be clean. Yeah. It'll be clean. I'll see if it's clean. If it is, I'll definitely grab it for you.
Yeah, let me know, man.
So those were my two picks. What about you?
So I'm gonna start out my low pick. My low pick is Blades of Steel. What a steal it is!
For Nintendo.
Yeah, NES, man. This is a classic hockey game. Like, I don't play a ton of hockey games, but my God, I love Blades of Steel, bro. You get into the fights, a little cutscene happens.
Yeah.
You can actually do the fight in the NES. Come on, man. It's classic. And then that guy, the announcer, Blades of Steel. Like, when it first comes on, sounds all crappy. Love it. Cheap, bro. A loose one's going to set you back a cool $5. That's what I have. complete in box, only $25.99. Wes, you cannot beat it.
There you go. That's a steal right there.
There it is. And if you want a sealed one, of course, this is an NES game, so let's be realistic. It's going to cost a penny, right? A lot for a sealed one. A sealed one's $481.17.
Oof.
But I'm sure you're not seeing those every day.
No. I always see it loose everywhere I go.
Oh, loose ones are all over the place, man. But for a complete one for $25, you can't beat that. Come on.
No. But I mean, that's a big jump though, from complete in box to sealed. That's a huge jump.
Yeah, man. NES games, like nobody saved them back in the day. Like there's some, but it's like you're not seeing sealed NES games on the regular for the most part, you know? So that was my low pick. My high pick, Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock.
That's one with Slash.
It is the one with Slash.
That's
now
the
version we're looking at is the one with the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have the drums and all that stuff. I don't think that version even had drums. I think it was just the guitar.
Just the guitar. Yep.
You picked which one you wanted. Now the guitar version, a loose one right now, $90.48. So that's the guitar in the game without the box, like the cardboard.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the cardboard like I do, $175. And if you get a sealed one, $266.89. So still not very expensive for a sealed one. And just so everybody knows, this is the Xbox 360 version. Wes, why do you think I chose this as my high pick?
Complete in box is $175.
Yeah.
Why did you pick this? You know what? Yes, I am.
Do you think it's high or low?
I think it's high. Because you know what? I thought that as much as we loved those music games back then,
mm-hmm.
they all died.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured you can get them all pretty cheap. But then again, I know the guitars are really expensive.
Well, that's what's happened. So maybe 5 years ago,
mm-hmm.
you could go into like a Goodwill and just pick up a guitar. It'd be right there. It'd be like $5.
Yep.
Then I want to say around the time of COVID, I might be off, but I want to say
mm-hmm.
around the time of COVID, everybody's stuck inside, right? Nothing to do. They all got eaten up. They're gone. Everybody bought them back.
Mm-hmm.
These guitars in that particular version are like the most sought after guitars that there are. Like they're most people's favorite version of the guitar.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
It was just sturdier. It seemed to like be more durable. Plus, it was like a Gibson. Like the design of the guitar was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think most of them were Gibsons actually, but this one was like Slash was on the cover. You know.
Yep.
I've used this guitar. It's a very good guitar. Like when you play those plastic controllers, this one feels sturdy. It does not feel cheap.
Mm-hmm.
At least in comparison to the other instruments.
Man, I not too long ago pulled it out because 3 actually. Because I was doing something. I was cleaning my attic and where most of my games are, and I came across it and I was like, you know what? I was like, I hope I didn't leave the batteries in there. And of course I did. And they exploded.
Oh, dude.
But I was able to clean them out. I cleaned it off really good, let it dry, popped in fresh batteries, and I popped it in to see if it worked. And it works.
That's awesome.
Hell and yeah. It works. But then I started playing it. Man, I suck now.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
If you haven't played in a minute and you go back, you got to get back into that groove, you know?
Oh man, it's been too long. I couldn't even get through a whole song. I got booed and awful. Awful.
Gotta get your game back up, Wes.
You know what? I keep saying I was gonna have some friends over and we were just gonna have like a Guitar Hero night one night just see how much we all suck now. You know, we used to play him on hard and yeah.
Dude, that was the thing, man. Dude, when I was in college, we were like drinking and playing that game like all night. It was either that or poker. You know, we're playing poker, we're playing in Rock Band or Guitar Hero.
Yeah, so much fun back then, man. And I know they tried to bring it back. It just wasn't the same.
Did you know that in the past year, like $150 guitar came out, like just recently, and then another one just got announced within a few days ago? Maybe it was
For
yesterday. They're compatible controllers. It says like multi-platform. I think the first guitar that came out is compatible on like pretty much everything. The new one is only available for like PS3, PS4, and maybe Wii, but Xbox was excluded. So Limited Run is pushing the new one that just got announced, but there's no Xbox compatibility whatsoever.
Oh,
Yeah. So I was like,
so
ooh, do I want to get a fresh, nice, guitar? 150 is probably like a legit built one. No Xbox. Bye. I want your PS3 and PS4 compatible guitar. I want your freaking Xbox One. How come it's not in there, man?
I know. I think the only one I have Guitar Hero 1 for PlayStation 2 because that was the only thing it came out on.
No choice.
And then they did Guitar Hero 2 for 360, but it was the plug-in.
Yes, correct.
And then they started doing the wireless.
Starting with 3.
With 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the Beatles and the Beatle bundle and everything else.
That was the most expensive one. That one was like, if you get the one that there was a Rock Band Beatles bundle. There was 2.
Was it Rock Band? No, it was Guitar Hero.
No. It was Rock Band. Nope, Rock Band.
You sure?
I'm positive. I bet my child's like,
I don't know.
I don't know. It's Rock Band Beatles. I promise you, Wes. I have a copy of it. It's on Xbox 360.
Oh wait,
it was on other systems too.
That's right. There was it is Rock Band.
Mm-hmm.
Guitar
Hero had Metallica, Van Halen.
That's right, and Aerosmith. You are correct.
Correct.
Yes, you are correct.
I know. Don't mess with my music games, Wes. I know, bro.
You are correct.
But that Beatles bundle, if you got the one that had the like licensed Beatles, like it said like Beatles on the drums and shit. That one was like $250 back then. So that thing was expensive, man.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyways,
I miss those music games.
Oh, me too. I just bought. No one's gonna care. It's 2025. It's getting to the end of 2025. Rock Band 4, which was the last Rock Band, just shut down like everything for the game. So like one of the last days, I went in and bought the expansion pack. I bought Rock Band content in 2025, Wes. Yes, I did. It was $10. It was for Rivals, and I got like, I don't know, 20 songs for it. But
there you go.
I didn't realize that their store had already closed. So they had the store where you can just go in and buy songs. I was like, let me go in here, and I'm just gonna go hog wild. I'll spend $50 right now. I don't give a shit. Like, let me get whatever I can get. And it was already closed.
Oh wow.
God, I love Rock Band. Please bring it back. Don't let it die. Don't let my dream die. All right, guys. Thank you so much for checking out the show today. Don't forget to ring the bell, subscribe on all of our stuff. Make sure you guys follow the company at Nerdthusiast on all social media platforms. And you can support us if you enjoy this show. You can support us for free if you give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. If you can financially support us, that's even better. Just give us $1 over on Patreon. Starts at $1, goes to $1,000 if you're crazy and insane. So you have a whole bunch of options right there. And we'll give you a shout on the show, just like we were doing for Bernardo. Bernardo, once again, thank you so much for your support this month.
Thanks again, Bernardo.
All right, guys. Until next time, y'all take care.
Have a good one, guys.